Either you take hold of your future, or the future will take hold of you. Either you take hold of your brand, or the brand will take hold of you. In the old days, your brand was what you made it. In today's world, your brand is what other people will make it through these online channels. And you may be a company of only 50 or 100 people, I don't care. You may employ 1 million, I don't care. It's exactly the same. Every person from now on that you employ at a senior level will do the same thing before they even come to interview. They will type your name into Google and they will read everything they find in the top 100 references. That's what will happen. And either you've made the content of the first 15 to 20 or someone else has. Now, a point was raised about how you can trust comment in the online world. We are only in the first 5 minutes of the first day of the digital world. And so we are only learning. But what happens now? If you make a YouTube video, go to YouTube and watch. If someone comments on your video and ranks your video, that person will also be commented on and ranked. So every person who makes a comment acquires their own brand online. And only the strongest brands are considered to be reliable. So you could have 15 people commenting on a YouTube video about your product, but only 3 will rise to the top and really be listened to, because they are the ones who consistently give comment which is agreed with by the rest of the online community. So these things are becoming stronger.
Patrick, I'll just stop you there for a moment. You yourself said that democracy may not be the most viable, best way of establishing what the truth is.
That's
so just
true.
because you know, a certain blog rises to the top or a certain number of people rise to the top doesn't mean it's the truth.
It doesn't. And that creates a hazard, a danger in the online world. But I have to say, go and look at Wikipedia. Wikipedia is considered to be almost as reliable as the most professional encyclopedias in the world today. So we can do it. And if you want business opportunities, look at ways to help the online community to find the truth. That's why bbc.co.uk is one of the biggest websites in the world, because it is trusted as a brand for telling the truth. And becoming an authority in your area of work is extremely important in the online world.
Let me just follow up. How many companies, in your experience, are actually taking the internet seriously, particularly blogs and YouTube?
Almost zero. Here is a test. Go onto a company website and see if they understand the new net. In the past, they created brochures, sales brochures, which then became interactive. Perhaps you can order a service. That's last century. Go to the company and look and see how many of their web pages have a bulletin board at the bottom of the same page, where their customers can actually put comments about the content of the page, about the service that's been delivered, about whether the last phone call was helpful or not. And you'll begin to understand the scale of the problem. So it's a huge, huge issue. We need to move from last century web to next century web. This century web is community, and it's the collective voice. And you'll see smart companies are doing it. And smart companies will allow negative comments to be published online about themselves, because they know that if they're not published on their own web pages, they'll be published on someone else's. But if they are published on their own web pages, one, they can control the timing of the publication by minutes or hours, make sure that at the moment the criticism is up there, the reply is already researched and up there as well. So this is all about managing your own brand, because sure as sure, your clients and customers will communicate what they think about you anyway. So let's make sure it's on your own platform.